everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. The weather today is an absolute nightmare. It is pissing down, it is horrible, it is windy, it is cold. I have had to cancel more work because of it, and I'm going to have a shave because if I don't have these shaves I'd probably just go downhill. Mickey Lee Soapworks, Cape Verde, and I now know what this scent is because I checked online. It's a lavender scent, but it's really nice. I'm not a big fan of lavender. I'm not a fan of floral or more feminine sort of scents, really. Rose and lavender, all those sort of floral scents. I do have two sort of floral scents at the moment. The Fougere Boutique from Holy Call, and then this one. Both of which I really enjoy the scent of. This one surprisingly so, because I'm not a big lavender fan. I never picked lavender from this, even though now I realise it's the main scent. It's just got a nice sweet, it does have a lavender floral sort of scent to it, but it's nice and sweet with a bit of sort of spice to it, I think. Okay, so let's get stuck in. I haven't even filled my sink up yet. Lovely cup of coffee. That one's fresh off the press, so it's pretty hot. By press I mean coffee machine. It's all manual, but it's not an actual coffee press. I don't want you get too excited, Spencer, that I bought a coffee press. I think they're called coffee presses anyway. Right, to stick to the sort of lavender theme, I'm going with my Wolf Whiskers Blueberry Pie colours. Now this was actually sent to me from Troy Hove as part of a trade, and he's just got a new Wolf Whiskers, had the photograph sent through today, and it looks phenomenal. It looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, this was his. It gets well looked after, it gets well used, and it'll be cherished. I don't think I'll ever let this leave the den now. I've got the trio of Black Wolf knots, and it'll probably stay that way unless I add to them. If I get to lucky number 5 with Wolf Whiskers brushes, I'll be happy. But I'm happy with 3. I would be happy with 1 really, but I'm very lucky to have 3. So, straight onto the dry soap. How big is this soap? I don't know. I would say, just going on weight, that would be more than 4 ounces. Just weight in my hands, it's not a great measurement, but that's all I've got in the bathroom. I've just watched Jared shave live on the, I think it's the Shave Market that he posts on. I never bloody remember, I remember that many bloody groups on Facebook. But he just had an incredible shave with the Regiment soaps, which I have done myself. I'm also going to be checking out a soap company called Skullbuster Soaps. I think I've heard of them before. I think I've actually maybe seen some videos on them. But I was talking to who I believe is the owner of them, so Alec Guana. Can't remember his surname. My mind's terrible. But I'm going to have a little look at them because they sound quite interesting as well. And Skullbuster, I wonder if it was Ken Surfs. Ken Surfs and Wet the Face. Who's Wet the Face? That's terrible. I know you're shouting at me. I know you're screaming at the screen, telling me what his name is. I can see his face. Don Young there. Fred, that water's cold. Cold water with a warm, lovely scented soap. Brought to you from Cape Verde. I can't remember if I've used a sample of Mickey Lee Soapworks. I think I have. Ken Lee sent me one ages ago. This is really nice feeling on the face. I know it's not lather jet, but listen to that rain. Holy shit. You know you're in for a good day when the Bureau of Meteorology puts destructive winds as your forecast with guaranteed rain and possible hailstones. You know you're going to have a good day. I love this brush. This soap is super soft. Like, it feels like silky velvety on your skin. I hope you guys can hear me over that. That is bloody noisy stuff. Now, I'm finding with these Black Wolf knots, even though they're synthetic, they actually do soften up a bit, they do become more pliable. They splay a lot easier. This one splays super easy now. It wasn't difficult when I first got it, but it was more difficult than it is now. This soap is lathering up phenomenally well. I'm adding a lot of water to it. Wow. Scent strength out the tub on this one is actually pretty good for a lavender scented soap. And it is a nice scent, it's not a full on floral in your face. I'm not into that, that just doesn't do anything for me. It's like the lavender's there, it's the prominent scent, but it's been merged so well with other scents that it's it's nice, it is nice, and it's not my sort of thing really, but it is really nice. But the lather is just beautiful. I haven't used the Mickey Lee Soapworks out the tub before, and this proves to me that I couldn't even remember the name of the soap that I used from the sample. I remember it being alright. I think I might actually had a reaction to it from memory, but there's nothing like this. When you get out of the tub, it just gives you a totally different experience. Right, the gem bullet point, same as Kyle over at Brown Man Shaves, but this is gold, and this was a lot cheaper, and this is gold. As you can see on there are 8 dots. So this side, it had 8 shaves up to that point. On the other side, there's 7 dots, so there's 15 shaves on this blade. This is shave number 16. It must be due to die soon. Let's see if this is the day. I love this razor. This and the Clog Proof are probably my favourite razors in the den now. The only modern razors that I have now, or sort of modern, are the Murgress and the Wunderbar. I have 2 single edge gem razors now, and 1, 2, 3, 4 vintage Gillette DEs, and that's it. The giveaway that I won from Gil over at Second Kinda Cool, most of that stuff is actually, I've given that to my best mate over here, who he's in the police but he shaves every day. He's got to shave for work. He's got a stupid looking moustache, but so I've given him a couple of razors, a couple of brushes, some soaps. Styptic, alums. I've given him a full pack of everything. Well, the blade feels good. It's not as smooth as it was yesterday, but it's still smooth. I'm not worried about cutting myself. Sorry about the auto exposure jumping all over the place. When you've got such a shiny head, it sort of happens quite a lot. I would lock it in place, but if I lock it in place it locks it too dark. I tried it beforehand, I can't get it to lock on a lighter focus, so just deal with what I've got, unfortunately. Right, so wet the face. I just want to check the residual slickness. Right after I have a little sip of coffee. Fucking hell. it's good. It's not as good as Eleanor Grooming or Holy Court or Barrister Man, but it's good. I'm not having any juddering crap going on when I'm doing it. The brush is still caked in lather. Let's put that on it there. The lather feels beautiful. And the main thing for me at the moment with any shave is if I don't get any irritation, I'm on a winner. Good luck hearing the feedback on this. When it rains over here, it rains, and it rains, and it rains again. Now if this blade was tugging or uncomfortable or anything just untoward with it, I would either be covered in nicks, weepers and creepers, or I would just take it off and chuck it, because I'm not into using things that aren't comfortable. So the fact that I'm still using this does mean that it is still comfortable. And it is still shaving very, very well. Surprisingly enough, I'm getting a shave from this blade on its 16 shave, as good as some DE blades are brand new out of the packet, which just goes to show how good it is. It really is a phenomenal blade. Right, I'm just going to get to the sink out, because it's a fair bit of shit in here now. Right, here we go. Lather number 3. Brush feels amazing, the lather feels amazing, the scent's great. It's a real, on a day like this, it is actually a very nice scent, lavender. It's a very warm and calming scent. Right, what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to scoop that bit on there. I'm going to dip the tips of this brush and just see if this explodes again, which I'm sure it will. Look at that, down the bottom here. You see it building? Now this, I've already done 2 lathers with this, you've seen it. Add a little bit of water into it and it explodes again, which is a sign for me of an exceptionally good soap. It's looking everywhere. Oh, bit of lightning now. I'll open the window, you can hear the thunder. It's good. Woo! Get a load of that. We don't do things by half when it comes to weather in WA. It's either fucking boiling or it's torrential thunderstorms, rain, hailstones. You name it, we get it. Shutting the window a little bit so my bathroom doesn't get soaked. Now this last pass, I'm going to do the full pass without rinsing the razor. Well, I'm going to try anyway. Mainly to give you an idea of how much lather I've just got on my face for my third application of soap. I haven't went back to the puck, so that was just the soap that was in the brush. And it's another reason why I'm a fan of these gem razors. As you can see, there's all the lather on there. They don't seem to clog up. I know this isn't a clog proof, but they don't get filled to the point where you don't feel the blade working. That's probably not the right analogy because I don't really feel the blade at all, but I hope you can understand what I mean. It feels like it's cutting all the time. Yeah, the slickness in the soap is excellent. It's really built up. As you can see, it's just gliding. It's really built up over those 3 passes, and that's as good a shave as I can get anyway. Lovely scent, lovely performance. The labelling, I'm just going to go back to this. So the scent and performance is excellent. The soap, there's no question about how good this soap is. That just pisses me off, that. I mean, I know that label's worn. This was sent to me from Oive Chapel, New York, so it could have been damaged in transit. It might have been damaged when he bought it, or it might have been damaged through whatever Oive did with it. But that label is a freaking mile off centre. And I know it's, if you've got 200 soaps to put stickers on, it's a bit of a pain in the ass having to stick them onto every label. But I mean, it's not hard to get them almost centre, and that's my only gripe with this at all. And it is a cosmetic, silly little gripe. I actually really like the label. I think the label's great. It's got a beautiful picture in the background. It's got lovely colours and everything on it, and yeah, it's great, beautiful lavender. Do you know something? I've just noticed the lavender down the bottom here, but it's so off centre. It's like miles off. It's like my 7-year-old put it on and just couldn't be arsed doing the job. That's what it sort of looks like to me. It's not a dig at all to the artisan, because I know if you've got hundreds of thousands of these things to stick on, it's a difficult job unless you've got a machine that does it to get them straight. But it's just, that's the only fault, and it's not even a fault really, but it's the only thing I can find on the soap that I'm not personally happy with, because I've got sort of issues with OCD, having straight lines and having things where they're supposed to be, and an off-centre label actually annoys me. So I mean, just did my usual and ran out of storage on my phone again. Pain in the arse. Yeah, like I say, I'm not having a go. I think it's Samantha that makes these, Samantha Lee, that makes these soaps, and look, the soaps are outstanding. It really is. I really enjoyed it. It was a beautiful soap, lovely scent strength right in my ballpark, sort of 5-6 scent strength when you get the water in it. Just the label's just personally for me annoys me when it's soft centre, especially when it's such a smaller label compared to the size of the lid, and then it's away over to the side. Yeah. Only downside, it's a waterproof label, which is great as well. It ticks all the boxes, does everything right. It's just offset. Probably my mindset's a little bit offset as well. It's just the way I work. Right. Well, I can tell you right now that was irritation free. In terms of anything major, like I always say, you always get irritation from a shave. You can't get away from it unless you're using a razor with no blade in it. You're going to irritate your skin. It's inevitable. That's why we use all these products afterwards, to try and heal the skin and make it feel a little bit better. But I've got no feeling of anything on my skin at the moment. It feels like I haven't shaved. So a big thumbs up to the soap. It really is, and the razor obviously as well, which is still performing exceptionally well. Humphreys Lilac, which is the lavender scented Humphreys, and this stuff, in terms of scent, I get more of the witch hazel than the lavender in this one. I can smell it, but if I had to give it a ratio, I would say it's probably 60% witch hazel to 40% lavender in terms of scent strength and what you can actually smell to my nose. But it's nice. I find with Humphreys I get a nice bit of a burn from it as well. The astringent properties of the witch hazel seem more powerful in Humphreys than they do in Thayer's. So if you want something you can actually feel and it feels like it's working straight away, I would go with Humphreys every day of the week. I was going to get these out of my den because I wasn't too keen on the scent, but I feel they're a better performing witch hazel. That's a great shave, I tell you what. Really, really happy with that. So yeah, let's have another little look at the label. Making these Soapworks Cape Verde, and this stuff, from scent right through to post-shave feel, it's really good. I'm finding it hard at the moment to sort of, I don't know, describe how good a soap is now, because I'm not coming across any bad soaps. Every soap I use has its good points and generally no bad points, other than residual slickness. That's the only thing that sort of really varies in a lot of soaps. This one has got residual slickness, more so from the second and third pass. From the first pass point of view, it wasn't as slick as other soaps, but by the time you're through that second and third pass and ready to use the residual slickness, for say pickups or you want to go BBS, you want to use a bit of residual slickness, this stuff's got it. It's got it in bucket loads. Really, really impressive soap. And with this brush, it just worked beautifully. Brush loaded up really quickly, really well. When you're painting it on the face with the thick pasty load that's in the brush, it feels silky smooth, it doesn't feel lumpy or dry. It actually felt very, very wet straight away. And adding the water, it just explodes. And then obviously on the third pass there, I dipped the tips again and just gave it a bit more of a brush, and it just exploded again, which on a third pass is a very, very impressive thing for any soap. And I find only the sort of upper tier of soap makers, your Barrister and Mans, Wickham, Phoenix and Bow, Soap Commander, Sterling, Kia Shave Works, all those ones, it's pretty much all of them, but they're all in that level where if it's not working, you've not got enough there, a bit of water, blast away again and it'll explode again. It's just incredible, these soaps, and they just seem to be getting better and better. That still for me isn't quite up with the Holy Call Donkey Milk. That just blew my mind. It's still a phenomenal soap, but this stuff is right there with it. It really is. It's literally just below it in my opinion for performance. Scent wise, lovely. I don't like lavender, but I like that. I can go on with that scent, no problem at all. The razor, the Gem Micromatic Bullet Point, this thing is absolutely incredible. The razor and the blade, that's number 16 shave on this blade. As you can see, I've got 8 dots on there and 7 on there, so that was 16 shave on that, and it still feels great. As you can see, I've got I know it looks really red here, I've actually figured out I've actually got scarring here. It almost looks like stretch marks. I was quite a big guy at one point, so I can only imagine it's possibly come from there, but all this redness down here is actually like stretch marks, so it's not redness irritation or anything, it's just there all the time, I can't get rid of it. Everywhere else is just great. I've got oh yeah, post shave's brilliant. And because it's a cold day and I don't need any splash, I'm just going to pop a bit of Barbasol on. Barbasol Premium, which was sent to me from Gil, part of this giveaway. This one is Pacific Rush, the scent. It just smells like if you've used Nivea or Astral moisturising creams. Just the general scent, normal stuff, the dark blue Nivea or the light blue Astral. I don't even know if they make Astral anymore. My mum used to use it all the time. Just smells like that. There's no colours or anything with it. It's just a nice clean cream scent. That's all I get from it. And just before that was the lavender or the lilac Humphreys. So all in all, guys, it's a horrible, stinking, wet, windy day here. The rain's just stopped, and I've just had a cracking shave. It's really brightened the day up a bit for me. Stay safe, drive safe. Don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.